Let's talk today about piercing the Eri Veil. Eri is a very popular set 5 asset card that really trips people up on their lethal attack strings. She gets a response, remove, discard 1 momentum before the damage step of your rival's attack, reduce its damage to your current health -1, minimum 1. So the attack's still going to do at least 1 damage. So this can really trip up people's lethal attack strings because they calculate based on getting their finishing move through, and then Eri says, no, I'm going to live by 1, and we all know that in this card game, all that matters is your last health. And then also Eri gets to ready a non-unique asset or foundation that was not ready during this turn's combat phase, during the end phase. So Eri's got the symbols evil, good, and life, and I find that on these symbols, most decks seem to be running at least 1 Eri. And so going into this weekend, it's very likely that you will have to fight through this card to find a lethal attack string. Let's talk today about 10 ways that we can fight through Eri. 10 through 3 might be pretty obvious. I think number 2 and number 1 might actually surprise you. Before we go on, let's re-look at the card because this is very important. The response says, before the damage step of your rival's attack, reduce its damage to your current health -1. So keep that in mind. The response timing for Eri is before the damage step. Let's jump into number 10. We get the new foundation, Pass Through Walls. This is definitely only a sideboard card. I can't see deck lists running this in the main board, but I can definitely see this being in the sideboard. You get to flip after your rival plays an ability on an asset, cancel it. This could be huge in certain matchups. And then we can also flip to cancel a breaker block. Number 9, we get Seafood Slugger. A lot of people might not have this card yet as it's a Plus Ultra promo, but it's, to me, I think it's maybe one of the top 3 best cards in this latest Plus Ultra promo kit. It gets First Form, Seal a Rival Foundation. Then if you have more momentum than your rival, you can destroy a rival asset or add the top card of your deck to your momentum face up. Then you can destroy Eri. Number 8, we get Knife Slice. So remember the timing of Eri's response. It's before the damage step. Well, Knife Slice gets the next time your rival loses health this combat phase, they lose 1 health and gain 1 health. So Eri will take the damage to their health minus the 1. They'll take the damage, and then the Knife Slice fired effect will go off, and they'll lose the last health. Downside to Knife Slice is who's really running this card currently. Number 7, we get Irrefutable Force of Nature. Eri doesn't work for the top enhance, but for the bottom enhance, we could remove it and seal Eri. Number 6 and number 5, we get this pair of order actions. We get Deadbolt. It's not just for foundations. We can also use it for assets, and we can commit and freeze up to 2 rival assets or foundations. And then number 5, we get Engine Trouble. And I believe we saw a misplay in a top cuts of a regional license exam. I can't remember which one, but the opponent had League of Villains out, the asset, or maybe it was Young Heroes, and someone played 2 or 3 Engine Troubles in a row, but they failed to commit down the asset. And I think it's because we're so used to using Engine Trouble only for foundations, but it also says that you can commit down an asset. Number 4, we get Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. It's maybe one of the best opening attacks in the game on the air, chaos, and water symbols. We get to commit a rival asset and commit and freeze a rival foundation. And then number 3, of course, we have Young Heroes. Once per turn on our turn, we can commit one rival asset or foundation. The primary reason most lists are running this are for the top response, but the second enhance is very, very strong on its own. And then coming in at number 2, we have Piercing Needle. So this is very similar to Knife Slice, except this time on, I think, a better card that could actually see play. We get Flip, the momentum response. If it's in your momentum, you get Flip after your unblocked attack deals damage, your rival loses 2 health. So once again, the timing of Eri comes in there. Eri does before the damage step, and then this, your rival loses 2 health after the damage step. And notice this does not have the sentence, this cannot reduce your rival below 1 health. This momentum response can kill your rival. And then coming in at number 1, I think this is by far the easiest way to pierce through an Eri. We get Full On Attack Mode. We can destroy 1 foundation if your attack deals damage, gain 1 health, and your rival loses 1 health. And once again, this can kill your rival. So Eri will take the damage, if they're at 20 health, Eri will take the damage of the attack to 19, and then after they take the damage, then they'll take the additional damage from full-on attack mode. So I find this, of course, to be the easiest way to pierce through an Eri, or we can go through the hard ways and commit, seal, or destroy, flip Eri. And that's going to do it for today's video. Tomorrow I'm going to have one more video out before the weekend RLE, and I'm going to be going over my top 10 hot takes.